Hey guys, it's Andrew here from Newcastle branch, out with Andrew from Advanced Clearing.
How you doing?
Good. Andrew?
Andrew.
Yeah. Just wanted to let you guys know about the TreEmme, some of the features and benefits. So I'll get Andrew to walk around because he's had one for how long?
5 years now.
5 years?
Yeah.
He's got a slightly bigger version, but I'll get him to walk around and point out some key features just to give us an understanding of where the market is and where we can go to market and talk to customers about this machine.
This is an Aoi branded head, really solid, German made. You can see on the rotor here is running a single tooth, really good aggressive pattern, and also gives a fine mulch. Hydraulic push bar and obviously flap to shut down. You've got some counter cutting teeth on the front to finely dice your material. So obviously ease of work on the machine to process down to a finer material that you're looking for.
And what's the benefit of a finer material?
Breaks down a bit quicker, and as obviously you can drive machinery over it without having punches or sticks lying around, so a tractor or slasher can work that material after it when you finish. So yeah, and then so you sort of work your way back around the side of this 180. So running the full knock-in forestry tyre, pretty much impervious to punches, and also great for getting you around on the road or anything. There's no damage or stuff like that.
And you said you've had with yours, how many hours have you got out of yours?
I got 5,000 hours before I actually had a puncture, and yeah.
So there's some good points, because in terms of pricing for a tyre, they're roughly around the 7,500 mark to change. So as Andrew said, he got about 5,000 hours before he got a puncher, which is really, really good.
Keeps running costs right down.
And then we'll move on to the
cabin. Alright, so obviously it's a bit of a different style for most other machines that people would have out there, but this cabin has great 360-degree views, so that's operator comfort. You're looking right over the mulcher, so if anything comes out in front, you're right on top of it. You can see where you're working, the material you're working, and as I said, it's got solid Lexan windows, so yeah.
For protection. Inside the cab, aircon, that's always a need. Air ride seat, so comfortability for the operator.
Seat's beautiful and that, yeah.
So because you're operating obviously 8 to 9 hours a day,
yeah.
Comfortability is a main key feature.
That's it, yeah.
And also the ride. Anything else about the cabin that you can tell us about that's...
Ergonomic, it's good with the steering. You have one joystick, so you can sit back, you can quite easily handle the machine and not have that fatigue at the end of the day. But yeah, the main thing comes down is once you get inside, you've got a great view down. So if anyone's walking around or there's something pops up, your safety is pretty key there with that. You're well above it. And obviously it's got the ROPS and FOPS cabin, so on mine I know I've had a few trees drop back on it, and I'm still here to tell the story.
And sound?
Beautiful, mate. Yeah, nice and quiet. Compared to a skid steer model or something like that, you really get that noise. You can quite comfortably have a conversation in there and while it's running, and
still here.
Still here well, yeah.
And then we move further back into the compartments for maintenance and accessibility.
Yeah, so pretty simple to equip process. Open the door, air filters there, air conditioning. So you've got your hydraulic, your intercooler and radiator all in one section. So it's quite easy to blow out, clean off. As you would have seen before, there was a fair bit of stuff just sort of sitting on the screens. These have got a reverse fan, so it just blows that off and away you go again.
And then we move back into the accessibility of your filters and your
filters, radiator, all accessible. Standing on the ground, you can, blow in there and clean in there out to keep the debris down. There's access to your side engines, covers there, pumps, bits and pieces. So if you need to do work for this, it's quite easy. You can pretty much pull everything off and get to everything you need to.
And we move it around to the rear. Reverse camera and winch. Have you ever used the winch?
No.
No?
No. We
That's the benefit.
Yeah.
And also, benefit of never using a winch is it's all-wheel drive.
So all-wheel drive, all-wheel steer, so it's 3 steering modes. So you can have your front wheels to turn, then you can click another lever on the fly, and then you've got 4 wheels will steer, so you can turn really tight in and out and around trees or into windrows or whatever. And then you've also got another setting which is crab, so you can sort of run at a bit of a sideways angle. So it's good to get out of bogs sometimes, or slip through gates that are on funny angles.
And then you've got fold down driving.
Here's the full road compliant. Fold down the lights and blinkers and take the covers off, and yeah, tractor registration, and on the road you go.
Perfect.
Sits at about 40 k's an hour at top speed. So yeah, it's not too slow, which is good to move around to different jobs if you've got to move or travel some distance. And so on the road there's less float moves, so
Saves money.
another saving.
And this is the other side access to your filters, etc., and your fans. And same again as Andrew said, easy to clean off and maintain. What's the features in here?
Alright, so on this model here, this little tool here will tell you on the sticker here. So if you want to tilt that cab forward, there's these 2 pins here that just turn with a shifter or a spanner. Unlock, push it across, lock your button off, pump away, and the whole cab tips right over forward, so you can get right in on top of the pumps and give it a good clean out. One-man job, nice and easy. And yeah, away you go again. So here's your other compartment. Gives you all your build data and stuff like that, but all your computers and bits and pieces there, so your electronics are all up in here, sealed away. So if you have anything that you needed to, your air conditioning and all that's up high and dry and protected. Yep, all protected. Another handy feature with the TreEmme here, see through, there's a little valve in back off here which actually is a float for the head. So one way we'll have it locked off so you can push the head down into the ground and it'll lift the tyres up, and the other way it has a floating valve so it won't plough into the dirt. So when you're trying to do a nice finish on a mulch or something like that, it will float and not dig in and chew into the ground. And then on the front here of the Cat 3 attachment where it fits on, we've also got another bit here, so that gives you also a few inches there of floating, so giving it a good groom finish. And if the ground's unlevel, it will keep a nicer platform for the head to actually stay on the ground.